there's no oh. Is that what we're doing? Boom! Guess who stepped in the room?
Pow! Hit you with my Shaolin style.
That's what. Oh wow, wow. See, I can actually do Wu-Tang references with Pedro, and I don't have to worry about him going, "What?" He knows. All right, so he's a Wu-Tang fan, like myself.
Savage AF, y'all.
By the way, very good. If you're a Wu-Tang fan, anybody, Logic and Wu-Tang did a song together. It's excellent. I got it. All right,
I gotta check that out.
All right,
man. We're here. Savage AF, you know what it is, y'all. Forget your feelings. Facts matter.
Do they?
I'm Black Pedro.
And I am Black Pedro. No, I'm Black Pedro.
No, I am.
I am
Vanilli.
I am Michael Mix.
No, I am Vanilli.
All right. So, yo.
You are Millie. I am Vanilli. No, y'all know what it is, man. We'll be cursing in about 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
The fact that we got flagged enough where we have to wait to use profanity,
wait a little bit,
is crazy. But we're here for you 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Usually Monday through Friday. Sometimes shit changes. Sometimes, I'm dealing with, crackheads.
Sometimes life
at the window. Sometimes life or the computer's acting up or whatever. But we're here for you. Also, check this out. You have to remember this before we jump into this goddamn show. And I see you with your Cast Tech hat on, you motherfucker, you. Oh, I already cussed. It's too late.
Oh, well.
Oh, well.
So much for today's show.
So much for today's show. You see the things scrolling down there. I tried. All right.
Well, listen, we're live Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, typically.
Recorded.
YouTube, Facebook. If you ever miss us, live. That's what it's for down there.
What right there. It's
and to keep yourself notified, all the shows are archived. YouTube.com/C/SavageAF World. That's the channel.
Now, once you get to the page, if you're new to the page, because sometimes you're new to the page, you need to do what the page asks you to do. Hi. The bell, you know what it is. About to
ding.
Shit right now. I'm gonna hit you with some of this.
All the way live.
Yeah, you got to make sure that not only do you check out the show, you have to do this too. It actually makes the algorithm just see. It makes the algorithm go up. I see y'all in the feed, and also that's not the only thing. We need one more thing because we're gonna jump into the show. Is it may sound like we are redundant, but the redundancy is what makes the algorithm go up, and that's your thumbs. With the thumbs up, and you hit us with the thumbs up, and we will be grateful and accommodating, and Pedro will service all the ladies in the feed.
One at a time, or we can do a group thing.
A group thing. By the way, did you load that dope ass video onto the show? Did you load it?
Oh no, not yet. I still got to put one more touch on it, man.
Oh, okay. But that, by the way, that was I give it to you. Usually, I'm a little stickler on that. But you, my friend,
was it okay?
Oh my goodness, I was like, look at this. No, I can't cuss. Well, you look at this young buck. That's what you
coming up with some things.
Coming up with some things. But yo, check this out. We're not done there. And there's a. Oh, by the way, shout out to everybody, to the audience that have been supportive to me. I just, I'm gonna put it up here. I got to put it up here. I just hit 100K on. So follow me on the gram, and let's get it to 200K. So,
I'm only 100K behind you, dog.
Yeah. So, yeah, but Pedro, you come on.
I'm trying, man.
All right. So
Savage AF, you know what it is. Speaking of which, keeping the followings going. Some of y'all can't do YouTube, so that's why we got the Facebook for you as well.
And
you can always go to Savage A.F. Those are key. You need 2 dots right there and right there. See,
2 dots, and also, well, and you know, since you dotting shit up, might as well use your thumbs to dot and follow at Black Pedro,
Instagram,
and also at Comedian Shang on the gram.
IG.
Thank y'all for the followings. Thank you for the you know, get me to that. I mean, it's still not, you know, 1 million, but it's still a ton of people that took their time to follow. So I appreciate it.
No, but it's getting towards that 1 million, bro. It's every 1 million starts with 100,000. Something like that.
What?
Yup. Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings, facts matter. You know what it is.
Oh wow, you were revving that one up.
We got there. We're past the 5 minute. I see people in the building here. Nicole H. Maya.
We got Kuchadamas, which by the way, Kuchadamas, you better tell your friends to come to the show in Tacoma, man.
Washington.
Hey man. Hey bud. Hey
y'all get there. Damani Jones.
Maya Baker.
Yeah, Lady Hazel May, I see you as well. Thank y'all for being here, man. We appreciate y'all building the building with us. You know what it is, man. Savage AF, fuck your feelings, facts matter. Let's get into the show today.
By the way, I just want to let you know we're backed by Mr. Biden.
You know.
Yeah.
Also,
if he makes it through the election.
To and through. Where'd it go? Here we go, y'all. Also, before we really get into the show, just a reminder, y'all, we're just gonna be ramming this one right on down your throats. But if you're in the LA area, May 25th, 2023, it's a Thursday night, y'all. Doing 2 tapings. Black Pedro is engaged. It's my first half-hour comedy special. Putting that thing together, directed by yours truly, Mr. Shang over there.
I'm gonna do this.
Bang. Hit him with the brim. But that's what it is, man. So I'll have the Eventbrite up later today. And then I'll have the link in my bio all month.
It'll be in the bio. So. Also, I'll put it on my page. It's going to be information on my page about the show and his page, and also on Facebook pages. So if you're on any one of my 11 Facebook pages, I know that sounds absurd, but I didn't know that I thought that, you know, once you got to the top, they would let you keep going. And they said no. So I said, I shall have
another page. I shall have.
But no, make sure that you tell your friends. It's 2 shows, 7:30 and 9:30. And it's going to be Pedro Unleashed and Engaged.
You know what it is, y'all.
All right. And I know women are going, oh my God, Pedro, you off the market. What am I going to do? Oh. I don't think they said it like that, but
come through, listen to the story, or wait for it to come out to you. You know what it is, y'all. But Black Pedro Engaged, I'll be there. So yeah, 3 clubs, Hollywood. That's what it is, y'all. All right, man. Savage AF, y'all.
Let's give the rundown on the run up, and
let's run up on them with it. All right, we're gonna end today. It is. I'm sorry. It's Friday, April 28th, 2023. In the time space continuing. Black Pedro, Comedian Shang, fuck your feelings, facts matter, Savage AF. We're gonna end with a Shangry today. It sounds more like a directive, but we'll get the details at the end of the show. But stuff it up your poop chute, all right?
Yeah, you'll see why I'm saying that.
Stuff your poop chute.
Right up your poop chute, bro. Right up your poop chute. And by the way, if you're a Republican, probably won't like this Shangry.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Glad we have so many Republicans who listen to the show. Let's come.
We have a lot. We have a lot. Yeah, we do.
Black Pedro pop in today before that Shangry. Still getting nil. And when I say that, I'm talking about NIL. Learn something about this new college deal. Let's talk about it. But before we get into that, that critical question that we like to ask. Motherfucker say what? I know, right? I know, right? Wait till you hear what a Texas teacher was allegedly what her principal and school board were allegedly concerned about.
Wow.
It'll be an eye opener. A motherfucker say water. But before we get into that, man, Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings, facts matter. You know what it is. Again, it's April 28th of Friday, 2023 in the time-space continuum. And bum, 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 bum. What is it? What is it? In a galaxy far, far away.
Right.
A long time ago. Vagina was under attack, but in this episode, pussy strikes back.
Yeah. Let me say,
pussy strikes back. Yeah.
I by the way, for all the women where I came too fast, it was too good, and pussy struck back at me, and I can't believe I'm sharing that. You know what? We'll move on. And
there we go. Sometimes this shit gets personal.
And Christina, I'm sorry I came so fast.
There you go, girl.
Your pussy's so good. But aside from that,
pussy strikes back. But
I think
in this case,
in this case,
we are talking about two. Well, not I almost said southern, but not necessarily two, but two red states, Nebraska and South Carolina. Both had their state legislatures shoot down, these highly restrictive abortion bans within their state. And this is a win for women, for liberals, and just people who are choice, people who truly believe that some matters, a lot of matters, especially containing medical stuff, is up to the patient and the doctor. And in this case, it's a pregnant woman, and whatever decisions she needs to make along with the doctor, they should be allowed to make without any level, local, state, or federal government interfering. So South Carolina and Nebraska got some wins today. And you had, Republican, especially Republican women,
right,
who, voted this down. And I think it just goes to show, leading up to this next election next year, that pussy is going to keep striking back. Like,
but
women
you
are
know what? It's good
going to retaliate against it.
If you look at what happened in Kansas, if you look at I think it was in Kansas. I think it was Kansas, where they were surprised the vote went against it. I went against restricting rights pertaining to women and abortion. I think that this hopefully is a trend that gets followed, because if you look at it, the trend I thought was going to keep going was what happened in Texas, what happened in Florida was going to keep going the other direction. But pussy proved me wrong again, just like Christina did.
Now listen, man. There's still a lot of fighting to be done. State by state, things could definitely work out differently, but especially I guess in South Carolina, for me in particular, it being the South, first state to secede during the Civil War, or leading up to the Civil War.
Right.
I would have expected this to pass and come down heavy, but instead, it stood narrow. 22 to 21 votes. It was the margin.
That's close. That's close as shit.
But nonetheless, it meant that some GOPers, conservatives, had to vote this down. So yeah, that's all I can really say.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask the people in the feed that have vaginas. Anybody that has vaginas in the feed?
Nicole says we don't use vaginas in Texas. Damn.
Unless
it's been graped or incestified.
Yeah, that's the only time. And if and like Alabama, where they're like, ain't nothing wrong with marrying a girl that's 12. That's what we do down here.
I know some that are still married.
Okay, but
they're good 15 years old, still married.
Wow, still married. No, did you see that video where he said they're still married and they've been loving each other?
Yeah, no, exactly.
And when he goes gets her a lollipop, I mean, that's not the only thing she sucks on. It's really wild. They're creepy. Like, there's nothing about a 13-year-old. There's nothing about, at my age, you could be 21 and I slow look at you, go, get your old minimal ass the fuck on. That's crazy.
Speaking of creepy, Maya Baker says she saw where a female GOP rep said she would rather her child commit suicide than receive gender affirming care. GOP hateful for no reason. Which is why you would expect, in especially, a state like South Carolina or Nebraska to, uphold and enact restrictive laws, but you know, narrowly they were defeated. So I think this is a you know, kind of
So you see it as a win, or you don't think that
well, I mean, it's definitely a win in these states.
Okay, in these states, but what I'm saying is the problem I have with it, and I'm gonna say that yes, 21, too young for me, but Nicole is. What the problem I have, and it actually puts the fire under the GOP's ass to go harder in the paint. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing that worries me, because when we get a win, it just seems like the Republicans, you know, they go, fuck our rabies shots. We're gonna go and they start foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, but you know, it does seem like the strategy just isn't working overall, or like, or not even as a strategy, but the philosophy isn't popular. Like this restrictive, you know, just kind of policy around, you know, especially women's rights to, you know, control their own bodies is not. It's not even resonating with a large swath of Republican women, right? So like even conservative right wing women on a greater scale than, you know, those who do support this, you know, do not support like this level of restriction, this level of lack of access. You know, it's just not resonating well with women across the board. You know, of course, there's going to be fuckhead tool ass women who, you know, are against their own best interest for whatever reason, whether it's racism or religion or what's the difference between the two. Yeah. But you know, but yeah, you know, it's for the most part, women across the board are not standing for this. And you brought up Kansas, and now we see examples in these other states where, even though it's close, and we, you know, and that's the importance of staying in the fight. All of us.
But that's what I'm saying. What makes me think that that's going to make the Republicans go buck wild. You see what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, and absolutely. And Maya says the scarier part is is that a lot of these bills are being introduced and supported by women. So yeah, you know, like there are those ones who, like I said, are against their best interest. You know, we do know that the strategy for the extreme ultra MAGA right is to lean in harder. Absolutely, no matter how wrong you are.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like if you have a bad strategy, a bad game plan, repeating it over and over isn't gonna get you there. So ultimately, my feelings on this is that their game plan, their stance, you know, their approach to this is just off. It's out of tune. They've come to play basketball at a football game or some kind of thing. You know, they're wearing hockey gear on the basketball court. You know what I mean? It's like they're not equipped properly.
They're not equipped properly, and women are fighting back. Women are fighting back, and I think that it's good to know that the awareness is out there for the majority of women that are like, you know what? I'm tired of you trying to tell me what to do with my pussy parts, and they are not playing. I think that we need women to understand that these old, and it's primarily, I noticed, and here we go with the race again, Shang, but the old white men primarily are the ones saying, I'm going to dictate what you're going to do with your pussy.
You kids get off my lawn.
Yeah, you put your pussy where I tell you to put it. Like, I mean, I just think, you see a blue wave, Maya, that is not going to happen.
Maya sees a blue wave coming in 2024.
Really?
Welcome to the show, Kevin Keith. You're late, so we need 10 jumping jacks, brother.
Wow, you just really going and
hey man, listen, this is a discipline.
Just send $25 to the just you could be late. But I think what's gonna happen is Republicans are gonna go full blast. And okay,
and when you say full blast, it'll be through shit like this that Maya Baker's bringing up, you know, dirty ass tactics.
Absolutely.
Because in a head-to-head straight up vote, they can't win. But Maya says everyone should double and triple check their voter registration and eligibility laws are being passed to suppress the vote.
Right.
So,
and they're winning at that.
That's where they're going to go hard.
And women, if you think they're not going to go harder in the paint to get rid of it, look at that. They're going to go after they're going to go after. I don't know why I found this.
Did it say boob bone?
Boob bone. Wow.
Okay.
So I think
that's not fighting fair.
That's not fighting fair. Pussy punches. So it's a clip punch. But I just feel like that's what the Republicans are going to do. I mean, I just don't see them going out softly. So women, you're going to have to fight back. Men are going to fight back too. But I just think women have to fight back even more, because ultimately, if we get lax, because men can get lax, like, well, shit, it ain't got shit to do with me. Women, it all has everything to do with you. Everything to do with you. I mean,
fuckers say what?
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's a bad thing from the standpoint of, in my opinion. I know that's y'all like, what? No, it's a win. I just know how these motherfuckers are, man. They just, this fuels them. It fires them up, bro.
Yeah.
It fires them up, and then we get lax. The Democrats are the biggest. Speaking of pussy, the Democrats are the biggest pussies in the world instead of fighting back. And even when you get a win like this, capitalizing on it. I think it's just like, what's that team? Yeah, the Detroit Lions. They'll be winning, and then they will take their foot off the gas.
Say bye.
But women.
Although they say this year's gonna be different.
Yeah. So women, you better get your hands ready.
Well, Maya says, "Fuck the hands." Her ammo order is on the way. Okay.
Wow.
There you go. Little Rambo mama over there. Nicole H said that punch not doing anything. Women push whole people out their bodies. So Nicole says, bring it on. She has an extremely punchable pussy. And men just don't give a fuck.
But a boob punch would take you out. I'm sure. If I bang you in the boob bone, you're going down.
Boob bone. Isn't that just called the breastplate?
I don't know.
But
but
all right.
We're gonna move on. But I want to ask you a question real quick before we do. Do you think, because these is two bodunk ass places that did this, that the bodunks, you know what I mean, the bodunks, the Cracker Barrel eaters, the milk heathens, like to mix it up sometimes. Do you think that that's going to change their mind, or do you think because it's like, well, goddamn it, if we could do it down here in Schenectady, fuckerillery, we could do it anywhere? By the way, that place doesn't exist. It just seems like every place like that is what I think.
Well, I think that there's a Schenectady, but a fuckerillery is probably not a place yet. But fuck around and find out. I think that there's a vocal element to this extreme right, conservative, religious, and we hear it a lot, bark, 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 but it's not a majority of any part of the population. And the important part will be for people to come out who are pro-choice and pro, women having autonomy over their own bodies, to come out and vote and be active in that sense. Because as long as that happens, there won't be the numbers aren't there, So we hear them bark a lot. They're loud. They're vocal. The conservatives
and also
the pro-lifers.
Newsmax said one of their main thing they're going to do, because Newsmax actually is increased their viewership. And they said one of their core things that they're going to push is the abolishment of abortion across the board. Yeah. So you got to think with that audience, and you think Newsmax, and I forget the other one. That's one of OAN. If that's what they're pushing, you're going to get a whole bunch of people in the country that are going to be like, well, I mean, Newsmax told me that women should have no rights, and I'm with it. That's what we do. We like to punch them in the pussy. We're pussy punchers. We always have been, and boob bone punchers.
And Nicole H would like to remind you that women get mammograms too. So looks like she's challenging the boob punch as well. So
listen, I would never hit a woman in the boob or the vagina. I don't believe in donkey punches.
But hey, man, listen,
I don't even know where the fuck that came from.
Punch her in the clit, punch her in the tit, Nicole H is bouncing back.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm not wow.
All right.
Okay, see,
well,
we
speaking
get
of
a lot
bouncing
of
back,
watch the big conservative groups like the Daughters of the Confederacy, Citizens,
no doubt,
Under United, and others. Their laundry list of BS is long. They're going to come out fully swinging. All I'm saying before we move on is the Democrats, man, you got to be Tank Davis. And you got to be Tank Davis like Ryan Garcia. Bide your time. Let them throw their real haymakers, dip underneath, hit them with a liver shot. Watch them go down. They're not going to go down at first, but if you watch that fight, he was like, "Oh shit, I'm hurt." Then he fell down, kneeled down. So the Democrats need to, throw these bows.
That's what it is, y'all.
All right.
Savage AF, you know what it is. Fuck your feelings, facts matter. Black PEDRO, comedian Shang, always on the grind with the critical questions. And when we ask our most critical question, it usually sounds like this.
Motherfucker say what? Yeah. Motherfucker say what? Say yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, man. So we've heard of all this educational fuckery that's going around the country, but in specific places, Florida, Texas being one for a long time now. And, they're such a big state that they influence, publications on textbooks, nationwide just based on the amount of books they order.
Yeah, I'd say Florida and Texas combined, yeah.
Oh, yeah, but in this particular case, let's listen really quickly to one incident that a teacher ran upon her in Texas, as they say, allegedly.
Allegedly. Go ahead now.
Your Honor. Let's see.
All right.
Okay, so today I got pulled into a check-in meeting with my administrator at school, and she had this lovely list of concerns that she wanted to bring to my attention. But my favorite amongst them is, we've noticed an intentional attempt at teaching your students about their legal and constitutional rights. That's the concern. They're concerned. Why are you concerned? Why is that a concern? Why is it a concern? Why is it a concern? Why does that concern you? Why is it a concern?
Wow.
They're calling from inside the house. Now, I didn't, full disclosure, I didn't have a chance to fully research that story. And me, I try not to operate off of memes or just TikTok videos. But it sounds like goddamn Texas, right? Like, sounds like something they would do. And just the kind of backwards, non-thinking logic that is used by many of these ultra conservatives, where they're, you don't tread on me, don't trample on my rights. Also, don't teach anybody about them.
Right. Don't teach them about their rights, their history, or any of that. George Carlin, one of the best comics that ever lived, in my opinion. George Carlin said that the reason that education will never get better, it will never be fixed, because they want to keep you misinformed and uneducated, so the elites can continuously open your butthole and put acorns in it, and then acorns and put wild squirrels.
Acorn hole.
Your acorn hole. Exactly. Yep, that's Texas.
Texas thing.
Texas. Texas. It's the worst. It's the worst. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, no, as Maya's saying here, because you think, well, how does this happen, or how do they get away with this? Well, it's all intentional and by design. Maya says dumb people can't fight back; they become rugs in a fascist system, and not the good rugs, not like the Persian ones or whatever. She means like the wholesale, or the ones on sale at Target, the discount.
Wow.
The one you might find at the back of the Goodwill.
But Texas, Florida, especially Texas. I'm gonna say Texas more than Florida, because the Satan just got housed when he went to Washington D.C. and thought everybody's gonna be on his dick Didn't realize they still hanging from orange cunt sticks nuts. And Trump had them on lock. But the bottom line is Florida and Texas, it does work in those places. That they want, and the teachers like, why are you concerned? Why are you concerned? They still put it in there like, we heard you're doing that. Don't do that. So you don't think that's going to spread with other teachers, and they're going to tell them, don't teach them about their basic human rights.
What are you talking about freedom?
What are you
Next thing you know, they'll want to be free.
Yeah, they want actual rights. But that's how Texas always rolls. When you look at women's rights, when you look at racism, they are all about snuffing rights down, but they want every right in the world to do the shit. That's why I told you on the other Shangri a couple of days ago, we need to start throwing hands. We need AJ Fit. Yeah, AJ Fit to patty cake their skull.
AJ Fit, speaking of, says it sounds real American where they want sheeple and put fluoride in water and allow things in food that 200 plus other countries don't allow. I mean, you know, capitalism says get this money,
right?
And you know, the way we do politics and democracy, we use quotes on it, says oppress the masses and keep power.
Why do you think it's those two
concentrated?
Why do you think it's Texas? Because Texas is size, and Florida, which by the way is toxic as fuck.
Why do I think what about them?
Like, if you look at it, it's usually some shit like who said that? I think it was Nicole H. Says Texas, I'm gonna put that back up real quick. Texas
staying something.
Why do you think it's always Texas and Florida that seem like they go full blast?
Yeah, I mean, Texas is definitely the largest southern state. So the largest, open slave owning state, and the last as well, right? Isn't that what Juneteenth is about?
Yeah,
about that last naval ship pulling up and be like, y'all about 2 years now, yeah, and they're like, what, motherfucker, right. Say what? So they're just like the largest state.
But also they want to be their own country. The reason I say these two, if you look, Maya said it, Texas, Florida, Mississippi, Georgia, all part of the same dirty bird, and they're all part of Republican-led states. Also, this is the other thing I want to just throw in here, even though this has nothing to do with that, it's on my mind. The red states are always saying that the most violent states, the most violence is happening in blue states. By the way, they just had a poll that came out. The most violence that happens by far is in red states. The most violence that happens where gun laws are the loosest or where the most shootings happen. Oops, it wasn't New York City. Everybody like, well, New York's so dangerous. You're fucking. No, it's shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, you bitches. Shut your mouth, you fucking red state bitches. It's not.
Yeah, especially per capita. Yeah, New York is not as dangerous as it's portrayed to be.
Exactly. So you know what? So eat a lizard's dick. I just picked lizard this time because usually I pick some other animal, but I went with lizard today. I just feel like that's how they're going about it. And we got people in the feed going, wow, we like that. American TikTok was blocked from France when the whole country snapped out over raising the retirement age from 62 to 64. Wow. I did not know that.
Americans are not engaged like that.
But they're banning TikTok in a couple, I think it's one state or two states here. It's going to spread. But TikTok,
and it's been banned on federal devices.
I agree with you. The media is complicit in the lies they spread to viewers. But you got to think, Fox News just lost, help me on this, Pedro,
$7.5 million.
And still have other lawsuits, which actually put them in the red if they continue to lose like this. But
with other cases pending.
But I'm gonna let everybody know the reason we on this show even tell you this. We could do a whole show about men and women are different. Women like this, but we tell you what's up with this. Know your fucking rights, right? Know that you fight against this shit. And if you don't fight against it, and you can't say shit, like that's like a woman. This is gonna sound bad. If you with a nigga that's busting you in the fucking face every other week because you didn't make his ego the right way, and you stay 3 egos in, bitch, you deserve to get busted in the face. I know that's fucked up. Then you deserve face bust, because if you sit down for this shit and let this shit continue with the telling teachers don't let the kids know their rights, don't let humans know their rights, don't know your history, CRT is bad, and they're social, if you don't know your rights, then and you don't go out there and fight for it, then you deserve the shit you get. And all the motherfuckers say, "Ah, man, voting's for cornballs." Then you're a fucking cornball. And when the shit becomes a fucking authoritarian state, you the first one that gonna go up in their butthole with acorns. Boom.
Well, watch out for that tree. I will say that in response to your analogy there, that as far as abuse goes, it can be much harder to let go his ego than we think. So, I'm not gonna blame those women in that situation. Let me see. Maya said, "Until you remove the head of the snake, another serpent will always fill the gap." Yeah, it's that, and that, that's emblematic of what we call systemic, right? That there's not one person you could take out, but it's rather institutions that need to be overhauled and revamped and re-legislated and regulated.
Just like the police need to be overhauled and revamped. So let me ask you this. So you don't understand what I'm saying. How many egos in does a motherfucker need to be in to say, I don't need to be with this nigga no more?
I mean, what are we talking about, Shane? Plain, blueberry, the cinnamon ones?
True.
Like,
that's true. That's true.
I mean,
I didn't even think about
what is she doing? Is she doing like banana and Nutella on top?
Because that's
jelly,
that's
you know
hard.
what I'm saying?
That's
butter and syrup or honey, like, it's don't hate the ego, hate the game. So I'm just saying, like, realistically and seriously though, with abuse specifically, it takes, I think, 7 to 10 tries before an abused person can escape their abuser. And it's just like, that's part of abuse, is like that control mechanism. Sometimes it's like people don't have places to go. I think we always assume that you can go to a friend's house or go to your mother's house or whatever, and sometimes it's not like that. And like, listen, I know, rest in peace, Kenyatta Martin, the girl I went to high school with, was just like with a crazy ass nigga who killed her when we were in our 20s. Like,
I've lost
no, but so I'm saying,
I
like, some people try and get away, get killed for it, get chased down. It's not. It's really.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
not
is,
as easy
you know what? There's women's shelters. There's, I don't like the police, and I think the police are full of shit. But I mean, there is a
percentage. You know what a women's shelter might look like.
Okay, but I'm saying, get away from this motherfucker that's busting you in the head over egos.
They don't always have a place to go. That's all I'm saying. So, that's something easier said than done.
That's like the women, and see, but you think differently. The women that wait 11 years and they were raped by a dude, then they still around this dude, and they said they couldn't say nothing for 11 years. You full of shit. As soon as I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm in a relationship and a woman busts me in the face, that's it. It's a wrap.
Well, that's way different though, because most women you're around, you can murder physically.
But no, I'm saying I'm gonna leave.
But most of these women, But what I'm saying is, so she has no way. What I'm saying is, she has no way to physically restrain you, right? And some of these people these women can be physically restrained, physically really fucked up. Like, even if a woman hits you in your face, you're gonna be like, all right, you know what, I'm out of here. You hit a woman in the face, like really blast her, nigga, she waking up 3 days later with her jaw wired shut in some hospital.
She doing like cinnamon egos. That ain't my fault.
So, it's easier said than done.
Okay.
Statistically, right? I'm not even bringing up emotional shit or just like, being like hypothetical about it. Like, why don't they just leave? It's just statistically, it takes several tries and a lot of time and effort.
I won't use that analogy.
To escape abuse.
Okay, Pedro,
we got to support the abuse when we talk about it.
I don't know. I'm not gonna feel that way, because I'm telling you right now, it ain't gonna take 11 ego punches to the grill for a woman. If I had a daughter, first off, nigga gotta die. If you hit my daughter one time, It's like you're dying and I'm gonna bury you with Egos. The Egos that you wanted, you've been buried with those. That's first. Secondly, I disagree. It shouldn't take 11 times for a nigga to beat you up, punch you in the face as a woman, and you say, but you know, he does it because he loves me. He loves punching you. And that's just stupid. Stop it. Find another place if you got to. Hey, watch the movie enough.
Maybe.
Okay.
Some of these people grew up in a place like Texas or Florida where they trip when people try and teach you about your rights. So maybe they just didn't even know they had the right to leave because Texas and Florida were like, stand your ground. And
just, I don't think it applies to stand your ground.
No, when you get hit in the stomach, lady, get up, and just stay there. Stand by your man.
You know how funny that is? It's horrible what you just said. It's horrible, but that's a funny bit.
That's why we talk. That's why we talk like
hey, girl, stand your ground. You made so punch you.
Maybe that's how they think. They think backwards nowadays. So.
Okay, but yeah, Texas and Florida. By the way, Texas and Florida. If dinosaurs still were existing, I want you to suck a T-Rex's nuts. I think you're full of shit, and the shit that you're trying to do by snuffing teachers' thought process out of teaching kids about their rights, Black people about learning about their rights, about the history of America, which is not just our history; it is the history. Then fuck you, feed you rocks, and take you swimming. Anybody that still supports these idiots, you fuck you too. And I hope that your whole family just bans you.
One unified toe stubbing at once at the family reunion.
This family ban them. There's family members that I got one family member that's a Republican and he's a Trump supporter. And he had the nerve to call me, say, hey man, I'm falling on hard times. And he asked me for some money. And he got as I cackled, I hung up the phone. And I was like,
swipe right.
Because he was like, what you laughing about? Click. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Get him with that.
But we family. That was the text I got. But we family. Get the fuck out my face. And make America great again. Yeah, make your family need that $200 again and go suck somebody's dick. Fuck out of here. That's my family. But they and by the way, guess where the fuck they live? Florida. Yeah, they came last time I did the show in Tampa. They came to the show. And it was so funny. You were funny, except for I don't think you should say Trump needs to be rhino fucked. I don't think that was cool. I
wouldn't want to do that to a rhino, man. That'd be
wow.
So Nicole H is speaking about the domestic issues we were talking about earlier. She said there's a peacemaker. Now, I do want to remind you, Nicole, of the case of a young Black woman who was in an abusive situation, reached her limit, pulled out a gun,
shot into the air,
a warning shot, and was given heavy time for it. So, all I'm saying is that the system in all of its ways, still, even when a woman does stand up and try and break out and get away, isn't really set up to acknowledge, accept, reward that. But in some cases like that, ends up, punishing the woman for trying to, stand up for herself. So,
wow.
My point is, stay single, guys.
Yeah, stay well. Well, I mean, I don't want to be single. I'm looking for. By the way, I'm looking for a lady to
looking for a
lady to treat me right, and you never have to worry if you don't make my egos the right way. I'm a grown man. I'll make my own egos, and if you do make them wrong, I would never hit you, baby.
Yeah, there you go. Ladies, sign up one at a time. AJ Fitz says, I have cousins who live in Texas just because they're felons, but can get guns legally now. So see, Texas stay in some shit.
Yep. Nicole, I'm not paying you, but won't pay us money either. Trump is not in jail. I told you, once Trump's in jail and he's bent over a sink for some cigarettes, some Salems, until that happens, y'all ain't getting no money.
Nicole H with the some more domestic abuse advice. She's like, never shoot a warning shot. The shot hitting is the warning. You know.
All right. Well, me and Pedro.
Here at Savage AF, we can neither deny nor confirm these statements.
Yeah. You know what? We've been flagged enough.
Platform.
We've been flagged enough. We don't need to. We're just a platform where it's expressing it. And me and Pedro, let's agree to disagree. Pedro, that's what me and you're gonna do. We're gonna agree to disagree. And I just want you to know that Santiago means a whale's vagina.
There you go, y'all. Savage AF. All right. Well, speaking of whales' vaginas, if you don't live in Texas, hopefully you'll be able to get your education now. We'll keep it pushing in the meantime, but it's just interesting to know that knowing your rights is something they tripping off of. All right, man. Something I'm tripping off of.
You tripping? What you tripping on?
Because it had me happy, and then a fellow native Detroiter.
Shout out to Detroit that showed up at the Comedy Store last night.
What up, though? But here's the thing, man. I got hit with some knowledge, and I'm gonna give it to you on the other side of this.
Hey. It's your boy Black Pedro, popping in. Hey. With another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Hey. It's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'. All right, man. Video heavy for y'all today. Give me 1 minute.
I'm sorry. This dude's so hardcore. I don't hit women that hit me. Just shaking baby syndrome. Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
That's what I'm talking about. AJ Fit in the building.
That's that great Chris. That's that great Chris Rock joke. Never hit a woman, but I'll shake the shit out of you.
What you doing?
All right, man. Well, I was shook when I heard. I was shaking myself when I heard this. Check it out. Talk to you on the flip side.
I'm gonna give you some NIL game. That's the headline. The actual story is players still getting a secondary, third, fourth, fifth market. And here's why. If I got to deal with Puma and Michigan got to deal with Nike, they ain't gonna let me wear my Pumas. If I got to deal with Jeep and they got to deal with Chevy, they ain't gonna let me get in my Jeep commercial. So none of your sponsors can compete with the school sponsors or the coaches' sponsors. And so the coaches think about the revenue share they get. TV show, radio show, endorsements, appearances, but they get the money with the school sponsor that they'll never share with the players. Think about a school like Michigan, who I love, go Blue. They get like a $500 million Nike deal? Just say. Why can't they give 500 athletes $1 million or $100,000? So that's what I want to see change, where the athletes can have their individual sponsors, even if it competes with the sponsors.
Well, goddamn.
And you wonder why I hate college football, college basketball.
Well, I listen.
Hate them.
I was holding on to something. No, but we got to look at progress as progress, right? Because I know some of these kids have very lucrative deals. The young lady who just carried LSU to the championship. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on her name, and there was the whole controversy with the
did the face.
With the can't see
the feed. What's the name?
But either way, she's like, I think she has the highest NIL deal of any college athlete, period, male or female. But that being said, for those who don't know, NIL is name, imaging, licensing. And it has changed the game for college athletes who are now able to leverage their name, their image, and license it, or likeness, name, image, and likeness. So they can now leverage their name, image, or likeness for money, something that they could not do historically. This just so happened maybe a season or two ago. But that being said, I was very, very happy. Saw that as a major step in that game and in college sports. In general, because we, like Jalen Rose, fellow Detroiter, what up, though, was saying, they generate a lot of money. The athletes do. These schools get these deals for all this, equipment, logo, branding, all of this stuff. And historically, the kids got nothing. And couldn't even work at fucking McDonald's. You know, they just weren't allowed to make money anywhere,
right?
Other than their scholarships, right? So first there was a bump up in the stipend and the scholarship, and now they got to this NIL stuff. But to hear that that the little slice of pie they've been given is being sliced up, or sometimes not even being baked, let's say, because it competes with the oven they already got popping,
right.
Is disheartening. So guess it just goes to show that while I am happy that there is some NIL deal in place that allows athletes to make some money, we still have more fight to go, further to go in that, just to get them the actual, sort of, how can I say it, a more equitable piece of the pie, and their fair share, as we
let me ask you
say
this.
sometimes.
Let me ask you this, Pedro. Don't you think that what he said, $500 million through Nike, right? And they could give the 50 athletes $1 million each.
Well, he said 500 athletes $1 million each, or even 100,000, like, which would, that would be a lot of athletes covered and a lot of money for each of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, that's what we're talking about. Like, let's split that pie up even more, right? Like,
that's so. I mean, they wouldn't have none of that. Nike wouldn't even be on the table without these athletes. So fuck them for even thinking that it's cool not to pay them or to restrict them in any way, shape, or form. If I'm playing in one area and I go to another area and they won't even, sponsor it, it's like, fuck out of here, man. Let them do their thing. These young athletes, if you blow out your knee, man, the rest of your life could be fucked up. So, I don't know about that, man. I didn't know Nike was getting it like that.
Oh, I mean, well, it's not Nike getting it. It's the school getting it.
The school getting it from Nike.
Yeah. Nike's paying out.
Giving it like that. My bad.
Yeah. But think about what they're getting back in shoe sales and branding and all of that.
Branding is off the charts. Yeah.
Super Stud says better late than never. I agree, but also we got far to go. Maya Baker says, well, interesting take on the system, not designed to uplift people of color. Absolutely. And in a lot of sports, or in the major sports, the most money-making sports, which are football and basketball, in college sports and in America in general, those are dominated by African Americans. But this sort of policy affected every athlete, on down to the squash team, whatever that is. So the net is bigger than just African American, but specific to the most money making sports, yes, that is
right. The most money.
I think a critical piece of it for sure.
But by the way, I think that I hate to disagree with Pedro about.
Don't do it then.
No, I'm just letting you know. I'm gonna do it, man. I think that you need to check your fucking facts. Croquet is a huge sport.
I thought that was like a breakfast dish.
No. That's
croquette, that's like a salmon.
No. That
pancake.
Right, and the other one's a croissant. It's croquet. It's a sport, and it's huge. Okay, it's huge. Basketball, football, and soccer combined can't fuck with croquet. I'm just putting that out there for the people out there that didn't know. Croquet is the sport of champions. It's the sport of America.
It's some chicks out there right now like, croquet, I didn't know that.
First off,
Nicole said these kids need deals in middle school. They're certainly getting recruited that early, so can't argue with that. All right, man. So that was my pop in for today. It's like, even though I am all for NILs, to hear that they're still getting screwed out of money is disheartening, but I guess not surprising. Philip Thomas says potato croquette is a man sport, if you know what I mean.
I do.
Actually, I don't.
I'm just letting you know.
Usually what you feel, but I missed
that. Another sport that a lot of people don't realize is the biggest sport on earth, rowing. I didn't know if you knew that.
Crew. The crew team.
Huge.
Bro,
huge.
listen.
The sponsorship for that alone.
I'm not even gonna lie. You might think like, oh, it's just some dudes in a boat. First of all, like, you know, I went to one of those, you know, Princeton's one of those schools where crew is important. You know, it's a rich person's sport. You go to watch it at a regatta, which is not a soft cheese, but you know, as a guy who played football a couple of years in college, you know, we'd have these in the off season, early morning runs and things like that, early morning workouts where we'd have to be at the lifting center, at the workout center at like 6 a.m.
Right.
And I would get up and I'm leaving out at like 5:30 to head across campus to this fucking workout. And the crew team, which is always like these 6'7" massive white boys, were on their way back from fucking Lake Carnegie, where they fucking work out in you know, just this little body of water off campus there. And like, I was just like, what the fuck? Like, bro, they'd be out there rowing at like 4 a.m, man. It was
like
rowing
I said,
ain't no joke. Yeah, the crew ain't no joke.
Okay,
that was a long story to say
that.
that. I was like, I'd be amazed because like,
went around the campus to get right to the dorm.
Because when we get up like time to make the donuts, they're like, nah, we already made them motherfuckers. We ate them and baked another dozen for you. I'm like, God damn.
I'm gonna let you know something for the people in the feed. Okay, and you're right, it's a man's sport. So women and you transgender, don't ever try to come over here with us on the croquet. Don't even. That's a man's sport. But if you're a woman that sees yourself as a man, you can give it a shot. I acknowledge myself as a woman trapped in a man's body.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I'm not sure what to do.
And the woman inside me wants to play croquet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
If somebody tuned in late, you're probably going, "The fuck
what did I step into?
What did I step into?"
Actually, don't feel weird. It caught me off guard. I'm like,
it caught you off guard too.
What do I do with that?
Look, in the UK, huge. Okay, I'm just saying. And also, I'm saying, Savage AF, what y'all need to do is subscribe to the goddamn channel. I know we push this down your throat a lot, but you know you like it. You like it. Shut your mouth. You like it, ladies. Make sure you, wow, that got out of control. That went from 0 to 60. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. When you get to the channel that you see scrolling at the bottom, make sure you do this. Very important, so you are known, so you know what's popping. Also, subscribe to our channel. We want you to do that, but that's not where it stops. All right, we need thumbs up. It helps the algorithm, and also BLACK Pedro
Instagram.
Follow Black Pedro.
At Black Pedro.
I got it out. Follow Black Pedro and also follow me at Comedian Shang on IG. Thank you guys for getting me to 100,000 followers. That happened this morning. Thank you. So
yes,
I'm
sir.
at 100K. So
what a beautiful morning.
Yeah, so make sure you do that. All right, my Shangry is well, you'll see. It's a cute story of how I feel about a specific little channel that I think is lovely. Hey, Fox News. Hey. I know you're probably saying, why are you saying stuff it up your poop chute? That's not me. I'm not saying that. You know who's saying that? Motherfucking advertisers. Oh, sorry. Since they fired what's his name again? Fucker Carlson got fired, and he's like, what happened? I thought I was working today. Since he got fired, guess what happened with Fox News' stock? Oops. Can you see? Oops. Oh, oops. It's going down.
Hold on.
Fox News' stock has dropped. Also, with the lawsuits pending, a lot of advertisers are like, man, get the fuck out of here. We ain't fucking with you. So I don't feel bad at all about it. Also, Marjorie Taylor Greene is actually starting a campaign because she felt that Fox News, by firing Tucker Carlson, that she now is starting a campaign against Fox and says that they're not about America first and they're about the coloreds, which I don't. So hi Fox. Yeah,
I heard that one in a while.
Fox fucked around and found out exactly. Fox News is taking a hit. Forget the 787 Tucker.
0.5.
Is it 0.5? The
787.5.
787.5, and the other pending 2 point change billion. Fox News is take it to the motherfucking cleaner. Also, a lot of Fox News people, according to Marjorie Taylor Greene, which I think she's a lying cunt, and basically she's going to be in the next Godzilla versus Kong as an alternative fighter. Yeah, a lot of people are taking their subscription away from Fox. They're no longer going to follow Fox, and they're going to OAN, and they're going to Newsmax for their lies and misinformation. So Fox News, your ass is fucked over, fucked up, and you know what? I don't feel bad at all. I feel happy with the fact that your stock is going down, and it's going to continue to go down if these lawsuits keep coming through. And you lost one of your biggest big dogs, which yes,
Captain Confused.
Captain Confused never knows what is the lawsuit.
I mean, what have you ever seen?
Yeah. So I don't feel bad for Fox because Fox has actually perpetrated some of the biggest lies that the media can put out there. Now, don't get me wrong, CNN and MSNBC, they've had their fuckery, but nothing even close to Fox News. So for their stock going down, I feel pretty fucking good about it. And I don't know how y'all see. And wow, people actually said Fox should be an option channel on all cable and direct TV providers. Well, if they keep going down like this, Pedro,
it might not be an option at all. We talked about that last week where, as Fox renegotiates amidst all this, controversy and, basically revealing how deceptive they've been to their audience, some cable and satellite providers might not want to re-up their contract with
because they got caught, and then basically by them settling the lawsuit, everybody in the feed, this is real shit. Sometimes when you settle a lawsuit, you're basically trying to minimize the backlash of the bad publicity. So the people at Fox felt $787 million was enough to kind of get them out of the news that they would have had to go through if they went through a 6-week trial every day showing how much of their lying pieces of shit. So I don't feel bad, but when I saw this shit, I was like, I gotta talk about this today. They taking a hit, bruh. They taking a hit, like they taking a hit. And I thought this was a hilarious graphic. This is them. So and plus people don't watch Fox News. I watch it for jokes. Wow, that is a great way to put it. 7, 8.
It's actually 787, Nicole, not 757.
That's another 30 million.
Yeah, baby. You put that other 30 mil on that. Gonna get you something nice, girl. Throw it in the bag. You know what it is.
Savage AF.
Yeah, fuck you, Fox. Feed them rocks. All right, Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings, facts matter. That is your Shangry for today. That's your show for today, guys. That's your show for this week.
And we're gonna run this. We're gonna run this again. I'm gonna let you know. Make sure that y'all check out May 25th. 2 shows on Thursday, May 25th. Black Pedro is engaged. The comedy special. He's gonna be taping 2 shows at the 3 Clubs nightclub, and on Vine Street in
Hollywood swinging.
Yeah, I hit that note. So make sure that y'all come check it out. Also, if you're in the Tacoma area, next weekend I will be at Nate Jackson Super Funny Comedy Club doing a show. Get your tickets today. Go to my website, iamshang.com for that. Then in Atlanta, I'll be in Atlanta right after that for 3 days, 3 nights at the Atlanta Comedy Theater in Norcross, Georgia. Tell your friends in Georgia to come out to the show. You can go to my Instagram for information. You can go to all my stuff for information. Make sure you do that. Thank y'all for supporting us. One more time before we go for the weekend, May 25th, 2 shows, Thursday. And in order to get tickets, if you look on the Eventbrite, right, later today.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a link up in my bio.
It'll actually be on the bio in your IG. So go follow him on IG, and then you can get the information.
And we'll be pubbing it hard over the next month.
We'll be pubbing it. But we want to plant the seeds right now. Thank y'all so much for supporting us. For the people that rock with us, cool. For the people that don't, y'all stink. You stink. Your family stinks.
I can smell it.
I can smell like hobo bunghole. That's what you smell like. You don't.
It's not a good thing to smell like. Savage AF, y'all. We'll be back on Monday. It'll be the first of the month, May. So we're rounding out April with y'all. Thanks for sticking with us. Listen, rule number 1, man, as we go into this weekend, right? Number 1, stay black if you are black.
Dun, 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 dun.
Don't be black if you're not. Okay, just stay you. Keep your finger out your nose.
Out your nose,
I know it's tempting.
You creepies.
No, you
Don't put your finger in your nose. That's disgusting.
Don't do it.
All right. We'll see you then. Share the links, and we'll talk to you Monday. Y'all can have a good weekend. Don't fuck around and mess around. Do what you got to do. Boop, boop, bop, bop.